All right, welcome, welcome. This is the first stream of us composing not the tournament lobby, but the tournament bracket area where you're preparing to go into the fight in the multiplayer tournament situation thing that's going on. Maybe it's not multiplayer, sorry. It's just the tournament area. So what we're going to be doing here is we have one reference track that we're really going to be looking at. This is again from League of Legends. And we're going to be using this in addition to the dev direction that we have here. Dev direction is feeling here should be something along the lines of, and I just got to pop up here on my music software. All right. Feeling should be more like waiting for the next battle. Since players are essentially fighting in an arena, the music feel like what they hear backstage just before stepping into the fight. So we want there to be some type of amp up, some type of feeling of like we're going somewhere, we're marching to battle, where we're taking steps towards going to battle, but it's not quite the battle just yet. So that's going to be the interesting needle that we are going to be threading on this stream. Now, also, like with the last piece, I've not composed a piece exactly like this before. So there's also going to be some fun learning and experimentation along the way as we go. And what we're going to do now is we're going to load up the music software. I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to get after it. I do have one plugin in my music software that keeps crashing the whole thing, but it'll be back up here in just a second, and we'll be cooking. And so what's really cool about this game is it's called Medieval Legends. It's kind of like Clash of Clans, but it's all based off of your skill level. It's not based off of pay to play. So you cannot buy an advantage. The only advantage you get is by actually playing the game to increase your skill level and your strategy as a player. The only things that you can buy in the game are actually new skins and other things like that. So it really just comes down to like being able to figure out how things go. And you can't just go like buy more crystals or, you know, whatever it is in Clash. I think it's crystals in Clash of Clans you buy, you know, to speed things up. But you can't do that here, which is going to be pretty interesting. So let me know in the chat how you feel about having a game that is not quite so pay to play as we head into this tournament bracket screen. Tournament brackets. We'll call this tournament brackets 1. And we're going to be off to the races. Hey, Dan Miller. That's like what the mobile game industry needs. Yeah, no doubt. It's like I've played so many mobile games where I really got into it, and it's like half the time was just me willing myself not to spend money on it. Like I remember I played a Star Wars mobile game for a while. I think it was called Star Wars Heroes or something like that, or maybe it was Star Wars Legends. I don't remember. But like the whole premise was like if you wanted to like move things along, you either had to be like so patient or pay. Okay, so Kalarnas Music say, Dan, for this piece, will you be responsible for implementing chanting and such? It could be background. Oh, that's such a cool idea, Kalarnas. I don't know. That's really cool. Thanks for that, Kalarnas. Would that be Devs while you do musical? So I actually make sure that I'm responsible for music alone. I'm not responsible for sound effects. So I'm 100% on music, even though the ambient piece we made last was like bordering on sound design. Really, when it comes to this OST and what I'm doing here, I'm all about creating the musics. So that's what we'll be doing here now. So we've got a couple references. We're going to listen through our main reference here first, and then we're going to be off to the races. So I'm going to share my screen. Y'all let me know if the audio is okay here in just a moment once it is shared. Entire screen, audio. Boom, you should be able to hear that. Okay, and let's give this thing a listen. Now there's some specific spots in this that the dev wanted specifically, but before we do that, I want to actually start getting my track set up here. So this sounds to me like it's at 92 BPM. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is I am going to pull up my little custom thing here. I'm going to bring us up to 92. Now this is supposed to be a 2-minute looper, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look back at our little organization doc here. Okay, so we're on. Oh, this is in progress now. Exciting. Okay, this is going to be snow biome. We could have some environment sounds. We could have some wind sounds. Oh, and some environment sounds. We could have some crowd sounds. That, see? Who was that in the chat? Kalarnas. Great thinking, Kalarnas. And it's going to be 2 minutes. And infinite loop. Yeah, so it's going to be a looper. Alrighty, so it's going to be 2 minutes. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little math to figure ourselves out. So at 92, where exactly? It's 5 minutes. 2 minutes is 47. 47 measures. Interesting. Okay. Be 47 measures to loop, and then we'll give it 1 measure plus. I'll give it two measures extra just for like the reverb tail. I'll give it one for now, just so I don't forget when I'm coming back. All right, so we got 2 minutes. And if you're wondering why I'm looking straight down the barrel of the camera, it's because I've got a little like teleprompter thing, so I can also see the screen up here. Because otherwise, I'm doing this and you're not seeing me at all. So either I'm looking you politely in the face as I talk to you, or you're looking at my hat bill. So for right now, I'm going to look you politely in the face. So we've got, let's see here. Yeah, 2 minutes now. At 46, the question is going to be, okay, how are we going to structure this over 46 measures? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring up our reference track here. Yep, good. Yep, Kalaris, good ears. It is in 4/4, and that's absolutely what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be doing first strings, and then we're going to be doing percussion. But first, before we do that, we're going to get some type of a map out here. So we know that there's specific timestamps. All right, dev like 25 to 40 and 142 to 53 specifically. So let's go listen to that, and then let's also listen to this as well. So 25 to 40. Let's go to 25. Okay. And then 142. Now it's interesting. 142 can actually start it off, and then this part comes after. Because 142 is actually lower energy. So 142 might actually start it off. And let's see here, 39 to 115. Oh, we used this yesterday. Basically, we can have this ostinato string pattern basically holding down the fourth and then bring a melody on top of it. And I know just the melody I want to bring in. I want to bring the melody back. There's this one melody from one section in our multiplayer battle that I want to bring back here. And again, I'm going to do it with cello, just like here. Now you're saying, Dan, you're going awfully close to this League of Legends thing. You're using the same instrument. You're going to do this. Yes, exactly. The developer told me this is what the developer wants. So this is exactly what I'm going to use as a reference to bring to the developer. Okay, first thing I want to do is I'm actually going to go back to this, and I want to listen to this end bit right here, because this is going to clue me in on how that ostinato texture was created by this composer, because it sounded like there were some interesting things going on here. I'm gonna give this a listen. Okay, so I think our first step is going to be to come up with a fun string rhythm where we where we're gonna, it's gonna be in 4/4, and we're gonna have it basically, it's a 3 to 1. All right, so what do I mean by 3 to 1? So the pattern's 3 to 1 in the sense that, see, where does this timestamp start here? It was 25. So if we go to 25, I'll show you what I mean by 3 to 1. So it's dump, 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 dump. So you got three of basically the same thing, and then the fourth one's different. This pattern, the 3 to 1, you find it everywhere. Lyrics, pop music, hybrid orchestral, like this right here. You find it everywhere. I shake it off, 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 right? That was different than the first three. Taylor Swift. You feel me? 3, 2, 1. Not 3, 2, 1, but 3 to 1, like a ratio. Like there's 1, 3, and then a colon, and then 1. 3 to 1. Okay, so First, I'm going to take a peek at the chat just to say hi. Hi, chat. Klarnus, fantastic. Klarnus is like fully invested and rocking along here. Super cool, Klarnus. Great ears. So we could think of it as 4, or we could think of it as a really fast dump, 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 it's like each thing's divided into 4. No, excuse me, it's into 6, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 1, 2, 3, that's 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 1, 2, 3. So we go 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3. At that point, it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. So in that case, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write this in 12/8 so I can get those 6 at the 8th note level, divisions of each beat. So let's move this over to 12/8, 3 plus 3 plus 3. And that might mean I also need to change the tempo, we'll see. Someone out there knows how to do this tempo math. I've learned how to do it a long time ago and forgot, so now I just do it like this. All right, so I'm going to see what the tap tempo on that actually is. All right, here we go. Let's get tap tempo. And someone get me that track one more time. Here we go. All right, 276, let's test it out there. Well, what's 276 divided in half? Calculator. Okay. 276. Yep, that's 176. 276 divided by 2 equals 138. All right, so let's bring this up to 138. And that should put us right where we need to be. Great. Okay, now comes the exciting part. It's time for us to program in our string lick, so to speak here. We're going to come up with that first. I'm going to come up with something compelling with that first. And I'm actually not going to move on to anything else until I have that, because that string riff is like driving the whole thing. In all the examples we got from the dev, there was an ostinato string riff driving everything. So I'm not moving on until I've got that. I'm going to do a key switch. And I want a couple things. I definitely want staccato. I definitely want sustain. I might also want, is there an accent here? Well, I might want a trill. Oh, there is accented. Oh, fun. All right, so let's actually change this up. Here's what I want. I'm going to do this accented because I'm going to use that. And then we'll do staccato. And I want this to be staccato. It's going to be my main thing that I'm going to think about. I'll just put it here, staccato. Sustain, accent, staccato, and have a trill just for fun. And we're going to start. We're going to do the key of A minor because we just had the key of A major in the loading screen. Oh, my session is not set up yet. There we go. Now my session is set up. Okay. All right, now I need to get that thing out of my head and do something else. So that was dump, 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 dig a dump, hatch up, dump, dump, dig a dump, 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 dig a dump. Good, dump. Let's also turn this off. Dun, dun. Sure, let's test that out. What happens if we do that? Now thrice, once, twice, thrice. Diddle 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 diddle. And then here I'm also going to bring the accented thing in here. There we go. And here we're going to go to the legato. Maybe that was the accent. There we go. Yeah. What if we did a da 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 da? I want to do something where it's like uneven groupings. Well, let's test it out here. Let's see what that sounds like repeated. No. Yeah, okay. All right, now, where are we going to accent this? Let's try a couple accents in a couple of places. I've got accents in low places, where the accent and the accent chases my blues away. Okay. And I'm not one for accent graces. Guess I'll head on down to the oasis. So I've got accents in low places. Oh, it's doing this backwards too. What happens if we do this? Oh, that's way better. Okay. And then sustain. Wait, that's accented. Yeah, let's do. Okay. Staccato. Accent. Let's see if this. No. Alright, now I gotta do this. Okay, now it's time to make this thing come alive. So instead of doing it with that, I'm actually just going to use velocity. And so I'm literally going to imagine I'm playing a violin and see where I want to dig in. Yeah. Already more alive. Maybe just hit it on once. Wow, maybe that's all it is. I'm doing some variations in this as well. And then here too. Changing the tuning of it. It's too much changing the tuning. Okay. I'm buying it. Type a 3 in the chat if you're buying it. That like feels like it's, something cool's coming down the pike. And maybe some of these. I'm going to shorten these just a little bit. See what happens if I shorten these just a scooch. Okay, now let's go back and listen to our reference track, because when I tell you that I have thoroughly forgotten whatever's going with that reference track, that is the honest truth. Okay. All right, so it sounds like there's So there's just lower strings just cooking on the one. And it's also that, yeah, okay. I'm going to string section high. And we'll do string section low. There we go. And for these guys, we'll start an octave lower. We'll save that higher octave for later. Then what are those lower strings doing again? Oh. Hey, it's Jamski. Okay, so it changes. So we have just like eighth notes, and then sometimes it's lining up with a more complex thing. And these here. What if we do this? I'm not sure it's going to work. Let's see. Let's see. Remove that. Okay. Now I want to test a couple things. I want to test this an octave up. That's what that sounds like. Okay, now I know. Turn both these guys down. Okay, now we've got that. I'm going to start mapping this out. Thank you, it's Jamski. We're going to map this puppy out along with this. So let's say, assume it starts here at 25. What are we going to do? Okay, so we're going to have 8 measures, and then the horns are going to come in. I'm going to say horns. is where we're going to take from the other one, and this is going to be cello melody. So cello theme, and that'll do us for another 16 of cello melody. And then we've got 4, 8, 12. Oh no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is shorter than it should be. It should be 2 minutes long. Well, that's right. We changed the tempo. Forgot all about that. Forgot all about that. Oh, 2 minutes on the nose at 47. All right, cool. Okay, so we have cello theme. That's horns for 8. Excuse me. So strings for 8. Horns for 8. Cello theme for, I want to do 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So right here, I want to know what happens in the other timestamp that was asked for here. That was 142 to 153. That was kind of like the fade out situation here. Okay. I have 139 to 115, which I'm really thinking about this cello theme here as the 139 area. No, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do cello theme first. So we're going to have an intro. So it's going to be strings intro. And the reason for that is that we can have the cello theme be the first introduction of the theme. Then we can bring in the horns. Then we can boom, full big theme, and then fade out. So we'll do string intro. Now here we'll do cello theme. And then we could do horns for 2, 4, 6, 8. So we'll do cello for 8, which will get us one presentation of the theme. Then we'll bring in horns here. Then we'll hit main theme. Main theme is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then here, this is going to be our out. Plus lower energy down to loop. Okay. So we're going to rough it out for right now. So to rough this out, we'd have this here. And then we'd have just some kind of while the cello does its thing. And again, I'm going to bring the, let me go grab what that melody was that we had in the other track. Man, time flies when you're having fun, I tell you. I wrote a main theme for this and I can't remember it now. I'll grab it off my phone. Yeah, basically the cello is going to be a version of it. I'm going to grab my phone because I made a voice note of it. So let's have ourselves a cello. So what I'm doing right now is I'm like roughing out just the main blocks, and then I'm going to come back in and do the full arrangement. But what I want to do is before I fully flesh out each section, I want to make sure that the whole thing tells a story that's compelling and is not actually too much of a story that's going to leave us room to grow into the full battle theme. All right, so let's get ourselves a solo cello. It's solo cello. There it is. That's the one we want. While that's loading up, let me know in the chat how you're liking this so far, seeing a piece of music come together in real time, which, by the way, is not some small, simple thing I'm going to bang out in an hour because of the number of instruments and how I want to have this arrangement, and because I've not made a piece of music exactly like this before. It is going to take a second for me to do. Is going to take a second. But that's a cool thing. It's like, do you want to do the same thing every single day where you know exactly what to do? Or do you want to know like directionally what to do and be able to figure it out? For me, I like the adventure. Okay, so. I'm singing it. Okay. I have no idea what speed we need to be going at here, so we're going to figure this out in real time. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's a little faster. Dun, dun, dun. Sort that out. All right, so maybe that's a little faster over here. Maybe that's more like put our click on here. Let's actually just grab ourselves this as well here. That's late. It happens like this. Da 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 da. No, that just sounds awful. Oh. And let me go back and listen to our reference track here. Make sure that the it does go higher. I tell this to like play more connectedly. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. Rado. Better. I think we need to. This thing was like going much higher than what we were doing here. It just gets a different sound out of the cello too. We need a change here. Yeah, so let's not do the full theme here. Just be-da. Get something a little bit more lyrical out of it. Yeah, there we go. One more 16th note. Nice. We need more notes here. Not sure where those need to go. We'll figure it out. Listen to our reference. Here's our reference. Might need to take this melody to the next level. I don't feel like we're quite measuring up here. quite it either. Just need a stronger melody. All right, let's save this for later. Let's try writing something. Let's do this. Permission to jam, sir? Permission granted. All right. See what we can come up with. Starting it off with the perfect fifth is really what's working too. And I know the other melody starts off perfect fifth, and that's fine. We're just going to do something different after. Okay. Well, this cello theme is turning into a little bit more of a 16 measure deal, but that's okay. We could have a 16 measure, but then if we bring the main theme back, let's say 4 measures, bring you back 4 measures, then it's like 2 measures to get us out. And then we'd have like a little 4 measure horn break. Because we're also going to bring more things in here, to be clear. So it's like right here, it's going to be cello plus. Subscribe now to Cello Plus. And I have Cello Plus there. Let's do that, but with this rhythm. So what I am going to do is delete this. That's going to go by. This is going to come over here. And some way of wrapping it up here. Why is it not going? This time would be a little different. Dun, dun. Okay. That's what we have before. All right, so let's map out what we have so far here. Piano. Sketch. Oh, and then I got to go eat some lunch. Okay. Thank you. No. Ah! All right. Well, we'll call it there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll come back for a part 2 on this, where we'll take this whole thing to the next level and map out the rest of it, what the main theme's actually going to be like compared to that cello intro situation, as well as fleshing out the entire arrangement. So I'll see you in the next one. Take